Hi guys, it's Chris with City Your Homestead. So I thought I'd get busy doing what I was going to do yesterday, but obviously I got put down a little bit. So I am making, this is my hashtag homemade love. These are things, two things that I'm going to make for my neighbors. And they liked them when I made them a couple years ago, so I'm going to make them again. And my tummy is still a little bit upset, so I actually bought our Michigan medicine, which is Burners. It settles your tummy. So, alright, the first thing that we need to do is I'm going to triple this batch because I want to give it to Jack, the girl next door, and 2 people across the street. So I need 4. So 2 cups is just not going to do it. So I have just a little over 6 cups of walnuts here. Alright, and then I need, it calls for, it would be 1 large egg white. But, you know, I have these really tiny, tiny little eggs. So, I'm going to do 5. Oops. That didn't work so well, huh? That's alright. I got it anyway. These are so tiny. And they say that they're medium eggs, but, yeah, no. They're not. They're real small. I don't have a separator. Now, see, that's more like a medium egg. You know, sometimes you have to adjust stuff so it'll work with what you do have, you know. Alright. Now I'm going to mix them together just a little bit. Alrighty. Pour that in the bowl. And then we're going to use a cup of brown sugar. And we're going to use 4 teaspoons of vanilla. Alright. And then it calls for a 1/4 teaspoon for each batch of cinnamon, but I'm going to add a full teaspoon. Not a full one, but pretty close. These turn out so good, you guys. And then we're going to stir all that together. And make sure any of your clumps that you have from your brown sugar, you try to smash those down. And get rid of those clumps. Look at that. They look beautiful. These will last up to 7 days. That's why I'm going to do the second gift today so that it can all go out at the same time. And then you're going to pour it over top of your nuts. Make sure you get all that yummy, ummy goodness. And you're going to mix that in with all of your nuts. Make sure they're all covered. Look at that. I know soup week starts tomorrow, but I'm going to do a little bit something different today since Tom's not feeling very good. That won't be till a little bit later. I got him some Burners too, and he said, boy, that hit the spot. Look at that. That look delicious. Oh, you guys, if you could smell them. It smells so delicious. Now, I'm going to pour half a batch onto this one. And you want to spread them out as nice as you can. You don't want a bunch of them piled on top of each other. Now you can do this with other nuts too. It doesn't have to be walnuts. But if you remember right, Jack had gotten a whole bunch of walnuts on the food bank, and he doesn't really like them that well, so he had a bunch and he gave me a couple bags. Alright, so then we're going to put the rest of them on this one. Make sure you get all that goodness on there. Spread them out real good. You want to put them in a 350 oven, and you want them to cook for 8 to 10 minutes. Alright, there we go. I'm going to stick those in the oven, then I'll come back with the next thing I'm doing. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to make is chocolate covered raisin clusters. So I'm going to take 4 cups of chocolate chips. And then I'm going to take a good tablespoon of coconut oil. Now the reason for the coconut oil is it actually will make the chocolate shine. You know, like how your chocolate covered cherries and everything, they shine. It's caused from that. You could use vegetable oil or shortening as well. So I'm going to start to melt these into the microwave, and then I'll be back. Alright, so we got that completely melted. Now I'm going to start one bag at a time and see how far this chocolate takes us. I'm just using regular plain raisins, nothing fancy. You can use whatever kind of raisins you want to use. And you want to kind of try to break them up, even though they're going to be clusters. You want to break them up a little bit so that each one of those raisins get covered with the chocolate. I think about one bag is about what I'm going to get out of there. I am going to make some more of these after they cool down and whatever, because I want to put them in. These you can freeze. And I do want to put them in with the bags for the my husband's job, and for the fire trucks, and for the police department. So the next thing, I have the little mini cups here, and I am putting cups in there so that you can put them individually inside of whatever you want them to go into. Then I'm going to use a little spoon, and I'm going to fill those up. So you're going to get a nice mouthful of candy when you take that. You don't want just to skimp them, you know what I mean? You want to have a nice mouthful of candy. And if I have some left in here, you can always warm it back up. Not for very long though, because you don't want to cook your raisins like that. And then you can either let these cool naturally, or you can take and put them in your freezer, your refrigerator, whatever it happens to be, to cool them up a little bit faster. If you live in Michigan, you can probably just take them outside. And they'll cool off quick enough. Alrighty. So I'm not going to bore you to sit here and watch me fill 24 cups. But that was what I was going to make yesterday. So let me get these finished up so we can get them to start to cool down. Alright, so I got the walnuts out of the oven, and now we have to let them cool. And as soon as they get cooled down, then that's when we break them apart and, you know, get them put into whatever we want to put them into. So I'm going to let these cool down because they're nice and really, really hot. And I'll be back. Alrighty. so we have all the nuts done. And we have all the chocolates, the chocolate covered raisins done. And I had the little bit of extra, and I just put them on a plate like that. So I have 28, 32, 35, 37. So I can give everybody 7 apiece. So let me get my bags around and I'll be right back. All right, so I want to do 5 of my neighbors. So I got these little bags at the Dollar Tree. Let me tell you, they didn't have much of decorations, anything. I wanted to do something so different, but they just didn't have anything, so I couldn't do much. I'll try to get these evenly done here. Then if I can add more, I will. These are really good too, by the way. I'm hoping to get like 2 or 3 big handfuls in each one. Because the one family has 6 people at it. The other has 3. One has 1. One has 1. One has 2. So if they have enough to share with the family, would be good. I usually do a little bit more, but this year I'm more concentrated on doing the homeless and doing the fire department and Tom's work. So yeah, I know one thing, I'm doing a lot of stuff that I can freeze in advance, because the last time I did this, it was like a whole week of nothing but baking and cooking, and oh my gosh, you guys, I was burnt out by the week. And we're doing our Christmas. We're passing out for the homeless on the 22nd, and then we're doing our Christmas on the 23rd. And I'm the only one that cooks, so that's one reason I'm trying to get everything together quicker this year, so that I can still do everything that I want to do, just not rush it all together at one time. You know what I mean? So there's a good amount of nuts there in every one of them. All right. Let's put this over there. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do here. So they come with little ties with them already. So I'm going to get the ear and stuff out of them. I'm going to twist them up pretty good. And then I'm going to put one of their ties on it. So we can still see Santa a little bit. And then, if I can find where it starts here, would be great. Maybe. Oh, now it shows it. It went over the whole entire thing. That's what it was. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to take some pretty little gold wrapping. And then I'm going to tie it with that. Doesn't necessarily have to be gold. I have silver, red, and green on there too. The knot's a little thin here. You think you pulled it through the loop and then you didn't. Alright, so I'm going to leave that nice and long like that. And then I actually got some of these little bows. And those also have a little thing on them. I'm going to put the bow right in the middle. And twist that on. So they just won't be breaking into that one, see? And that's what I'm going to do with all the nuts. I'll be right back when we get to the chocolate. Alright, so everybody got 7 candies. Well, a couple got 8, but... And I decided instead of tying a bow with the stuff here, I'm just going to tie a double knot because it looks cute. See, it's got like the kind of wiggly there. Then I'll put a bow on it. Because there's no reason to have 2 bows, right? And Tom is hopefully going to feel better tomorrow, and he'll deliver these to everybody. Then I'm going to put all the chocolates back in the refrigerator so that they don't melt or anything. And then we've got our nuts, and I'll put them all in a little box, and he can take them to our neighbors and deliver them all. So thanks for coming along with me with my homemade love, and there'll be more. Not today, though. All right, you guys have a blessed and wonderful day. Be a blessing.